Hey, so welcome to my channel. My name is Keita, and I make videos here on YouTube about everyday tips and tricks you can use to help you improve your everyday life. Today, I want to talk about standards. I think that standards is a really big part of transformation. It's a very big part of understanding the shift that tends to happen in your mindset when you go from being the person that you currently are to the person that you're trying to be. So, let me talk a little bit about some examples of standards. So, we all have these standards that you may or may not be aware of on a conscious level. I've been to several parties where, someone is very proud to yell out, I don't eat pork. This, the meat here better not have any pork in it because I don't eat pork. That's the standard that they have for their diet, in which they're not allergic to it. Their standard is that they will never put that in their body for whatever their reason is. Or I don't eat meat. I'm a vegan. That's my standard. That is a part of my identity. I, I eat meat, but I'm saying that there might be someone else at that party that will say I don't eat meat. I'm a vegan. So a couple of other examples of standards are like a person that is very fit. They train. They eat a certain way. You could tell a person's standards by looking at them. If you're in a grocery store and you see someone with a grocery cart full of fresh produce, um, the person has on some sort of like tank top and their arms are jacked and they have on their fitness clothes. You can probably assume that they're either on their way to the gym, they're just coming from the gym, and they eat healthy, and the way that their physique looks, you can tell that their standard is that they have a fitness routine. Their standard is that they eat fresh fruits and vegetables and meat. So those are some examples of standards. Some people have a standard for the type of car they drive, for the type of money that they have to make. So we all have these standards that we may or may not be aware of on a conscious level. When you are shifting your mindset to going from who you are and who you're trying to become, it's very important that you get a very good understanding. You get some clarity on what are my current standards around that thing that I'm trying to fix. And for the person that I'm trying to become, what type of standards do I need to adopt? So let's talk about finances really quickly. If you're a person right now and your standard is that, the bills come in the mail, maybe you pay them, maybe you don't. Maybe you get around to them eventually and you pay them late, or maybe you don't pay them at all. Maybe you don't believe you should pay those people back. And that's your standard. Like, it really doesn't matter to you if that ends up on your credit report. It really doesn't matter if creditors keep calling you. If you end up having all this debt, it's I'm not even going to say it doesn't matter to you. It may matter on some conscious level, but it is not this thing that you're going to lose sleep over tonight, because you're not going to have, you're not even going to be coming up with a plan to fix that. I'll say that. Um, that's different from if you're used to paying those bills and now you've gotten behind and you just don't have the means to pay them, and then that bothers you. But I'm talking about a situation where you actually do have the money to pay those collectors back. You have the money to pay the bill. You can go and check your mail and open it. It's just not that important to you. It's not your standard that that's what you do. Um, Now, let's say you would like to become a person who manages their money better, a person that pays their bills on time. You have pretty good money saved up, emergency funds saved up in the bank. And you just even want to become like really financially well off. What is it going to look like for you to go from being this person who maybe you pay it, maybe you don't, to be becoming the person that is like, I don't care what's going on, my bills are paid every single month. They're paid on time. I don't care what's going on. My mail is not going to sit there unopened or unchecked at the mailbox. Um, or I don't care what's going on. My credit score better be this. right? There are some people that they don't play about their credit. And they love to tell you that, they love to, a lot of times when that is part of your identity, when you have certain standards, a lot of people are very proud of their standards and they love to tell everyone, like I said, there's that person at the party that says, I don't eat meat or I don't eat pork. Then they're very proud of it. Even if there's nothing else for them to eat, their standard is that they're not going to do it and they're proud of it. So at a base level, it's a good idea to start with getting clear on who you are right now. I recommend take out a piece of paper, pen, and just start writing a whole list. Just whatever comes to mind, a mind dump. What are my standards around this one thing? Not around everything. That's too overwhelming, but around this one thing. And so for finances, if I'm a person that I never pay my bills, I don't do this, I don't do that, just keep writing that down, and get clear on who you are currently. Now that's hard because sometimes when you really dig deep and realize your current habits and how destructive they are to your current life, that could be really depressing. That could feel very frustrating. I've been there. I've been there many, many times. So I understand that completely. But it's important because in order to get clear, you have to be honest with yourself. And you can't really make any changes until you get honest with yourself. And once you get honest, then you can come up with a plan to make those changes, to get into those good habits, and to hold yourself accountable. That's when the accountability then comes in. And we could talk more about that in other videos. But today I just wanted to focus very clearly on standards and some examples of what that looks like, just to get you starting to think about what are your current standards and what are your new standards going to be as you shift and move into this new person that you're going to become. So comment below. I want to know what are some of the standards that you currently have, and it could be good or bad. I'm one of those people that try to be really positive, but I also try to be real and honest. So, if there are some standards that you're not really proud of and you don't mind sharing, comment below. And if you like videos like this, like and subscribe to this channel, because every single week I'll be putting out videos on tips and tricks that you can use to just make these little small changes. I was a person who did not, used to pay my bills on time. I didn't used to do a lot of things. There's a lot of changes that I've made, and I made it my business. I've made it the most important thing in my entire world to fix a lot of the mistakes that I used to make, to accomplish a lot of my goals. People that know me personally, the one thing that they can always say about me is if I say I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. There are 2 goals that I have left that I'm working diligently on right now. So I'm not perfect, but everything else I've ever really wanted to achieve and get better at and accomplish, I have done. And so with this channel, I was not previously making any content about it because I've been on my journey. But that is what I'm going to be doing now, moving forward, is talking more about the things that people always ask me to talk about. But I've always been so private that I never share. But it's now coming to me that it is a part of my purpose. It's a part of my being to share what I know and the tools that I use to get to where I am. And I'm the average person. I haven't done some extravagant things, but a lot of times we have these things that are holding us back, these things that are causing us a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress. And a lot of my poor habits have caused me a great deal of anxiety, stress, depression, you name it. I have literally been through every situation a person can go through, though I haven't lived a whole lot of life. And so it has put me in places that I didn't want to be, that forced me to get my shit together. forced me to get my shit together. And so because I have, and the way that I did it was pretty simple. I just put some systems in place and I was able to achieve those things. So I will continue to make these videos about different topics and just talk about them at length. As I make more videos, I'm going to get more in depth with some of the tools that I use. I'll have some worksheets available as well that can help you along the way. And those will be coming soon. I will let you know when those are available. But again, keep coming back for more if you're interested in things like this. And thank you for tuning in today. And until next time, may peace be with you.